All right, everyone, we are back. Advertising is booming. I read an article that Google and Facebook are going to be down 30% for advertising. We're up 10,000%.
I think the numbers are lying. Yeah. 26 million unemployed. Everyone's buying ads.
Yeah.
It's true.
Who are these losers that are unemployed?
I don't know them. Well, they're all unemployed and rich.
Yeah, you're making $600 extra a week.
We got a lot of people working on this podcast. So
That's true. A lot of employment over here.
We're not getting paid. We're not employed. Let's not confuse people. This ad money.
Taylor's the only one not getting paid. So we have another advertiser, and he's out of Golden, Colorado. Is that what you said,
That's
TJ? Right. Holistik Wellness is the business. And I'm going to start by, before even getting into your background and the product, you guys are doing a CBD wellness product, and it's in the form of powder, correct?
That's right.
It's so crazy. A year ago, I got sent a number of different powders from different companies, everything from immunity to recovery to sleep to vitamin C and even protein. And I was like, why doesn't anyone actually fucking think about the experience? Because every time you pour this stuff, it's everywhere. Half of everything I've ever poured is on a counter or on the floor. You actually solved that problem. Which I actually think is even bigger in the product itself. It's a stick that you peel and it drops fully into the drink. I mean, is this a patented, protected? Holy shit.
It's a patented delivery device for delivering powders into a beverage.
Oh my God. Everyone who, we're going to post a video of the product, but this is a game changing in itself.
Thank you.
Just the delivery of the product, because I, as a person that uses these products, it's the worst experience, and I think you solved that. But now we'll get into what you actually did.
I know why you solved it, because I did a little reading on your background. You're exec at Procter & Gamble, which is the breeding ground for the next best set of entrepreneurs in the consumer space. So
yeah, I would love to see. For those that don't know, Procter & Gamble is probably the most famous consumer company on earth. I would say I would love to see one day the Procter & Gamble mafia of all the businesses started. So like I've been obsessed over what they've done in terms of, I think they train the best people.
And you have to be serious about wanting to learn consumer, because you have to live in Cincinnati.
Which
only 2 years, I found my way out.
Cincinnati, for those, sorry, drama for the Ohio people.
That's what they call it. The nasty natty. I can't get around that.
So sorry, go ahead, TJ. I'd love to hear your background and how you got into this.
So true, awesome, well said. And actually, right on the inside, I learned from P&G. I spent over a decade there and respected my time there. It was time for me to leave, but learned so much. And the key insight there is consumer is king. And really for a brand to build itself around their target consumer and be able to deliver the experience you just laid out. Understand how to make your life better in every step we take and every bit of branding we do. And that's exactly what we've done in Holistik Wellness. Really, we saw a category that needed an answer for consumers and needed to put that consumer first, because there's too many products and not enough answers. And we at Holistik Wellness have taken it on ourselves to try to make those answers easier, make it approachable, and make it something you can fit into your everyday with our portable delivery device of the Stir Stick.
And then, so why CBD? Like, is the idea that CBD is going to be this entrance into THC and just get your brand out there via CBD?
I believe in cannabis, first and foremost. And you hear a lot of words about cannabis, hemp, and everything in between. It's one plant. It's cannabis sativa. And my journey into cannabis was long. I'm a long-time consumer and never really understood the downside, even in my days at P&G. I did my branding work with a little help from cannabis. However, I never understood the myriad of cannabinoids available within this plant. I used THC to get high and knew I could operate and be great whilst using it. So I didn't see the downside, but I didn't understand the upside, much like most of us today. I discovered CBD with my mom, actually, and I sadly can't tell the whole details of the story of that journey because of FDA regulations these days, but essentially she needed it, and she'd spent 25 years trying other things that weren't working for her condition. She lives in Indiana and thought of this plant as a drug because that's what she's been told. Crazily enough, she was a consumer in the 70s, but when I told her, try CBD, I heard it works. It was one being researched for her condition, and she said, no way, that's a drug. That was my aha moment where I said, no, I'm a marketing guy, but I'll tell you why this is not a drug. 6 months later, long story short, she tried it and it worked for her. And I had that moment where I said, man, consumers don't have me to go figure out 6 months worth of questions, answer each one of her detailed, am I going to get high? Can I bring this on a plane? All of these crazy questions consumers have. They need a brand to do that for them, much like I'd learned from P&G through many consumer goods.
Wow. And you chose the entry point between sleep, it looks like, recovery, and what other categories are you kind of addressing right now?
So first is CBD Wellness, which is basically how we take our cleanly grown, and I'll tell you more about that down the line, cleanly grown plants and make it into a simplified product of CBD Wellness. It's all of the cannabinoids growing in our plant. There is THC present below 0.3% in line with legal hemp regulations, and all of the other cannabinoids are CBC, CBG, and some, but you'll get the whole plethora of full spectrum cannabis benefits from that plant. Then we take other active ingredients and mention the sub-brands that you have to help a consumer understand why they're taking it, number one. And then two, give you that extra boost in the right direction. So for example, you're holding the Recover Stick, which has ginger and turmeric, which consumers have long been taking for after workout recoveries or even the morning hangover recovery. And I'll use another interesting one, beauty. You won't see many CBD products with collagen. However, collagen has great properties for hair, skin, and nails. It also helps with anti-inflammation. So they're great natural supplements that we can add next to CBD Wellness to really create that holistic product.
Amazing. And I'll be honest, I'm the most interested in your sleep product.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm a melatonin user. I'm a tequila and melatonin. That's like my combo.
That's a cocktail right
Take them
there.
together.
Yeah.
That'll knock out a horse.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That's how you sleep at 9 p.m. I always
Yeah.
wonder, how do you sleep at 9?
Yeah,
That's
I go to
how.
sleep at like 9:30, and
Yep.
I am, and I don't.
It all makes sense now.
If
Yeah.
I wake up in the middle of the night, even for 5 minutes, my sleep is completely ruined. Like I cannot wake up in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
So the earthquake happened the other night. My wife wakes me up, and I'm just like, what? I didn't feel it.
Yeah.
And now that ruined my sleep. So I took a little extra melatonin. And
Did you do a midnight melatonin?
what
After the quake?
No, the next night I took a little bit more melatonin.
I was about to say, you're wild.
And I realize, and you made the comment, you do feel very groggy waking up from melatonin.
Definitely.
And it feels like almost like a hangover. It takes me a solid 30, 45 minutes to even get out of that like funk. And you're saying this won't give me that.
I'll do you one better. I tell people to try our beauty or our digest or our stress stick before bed, before they try the sleep, because you might not even need the extra melatonin. So yes, in the sleep stick, which is one of our top sellers because people have that first night and come running back to us. It's the combination of the two that help you fall asleep fast. You relax, and we say take it 20 minutes before bed because you should be in bed, and then you wake up feeling great. Personally, I sleep amazing. So I wasn't taking that one very often until a consumer told me about the wake up. I take it on nights I have early flights because I wake up feeling like I shouldn't be this energized right now. So it's been hugely successful, and the sleep and stress are our top two performers because I think, especially nowadays, everybody is dealing with these two problems. So they're certainly helping day and night to deal with those issues.
So I'm a big believer in CBD for both medical and recreational purposes. Can you walk me through how you think about like the long-term vision of your business? Because I'm sure you have it well thought out, and I'd love to hear where you're going with it.
Absolutely. I'd first say, because of my mom's story and the many consumer stories I've heard, I'm excited for the category, even beyond our plans. Every day we're learning new things about the plant and what it can deliver, from textiles and raw materials to pharmaceutical style medicine. And it's exciting to be in this industry right now with everything happening. Us personally, obviously, the role we play, CBD Wellness is a very simplified term, as I explained, taking our whole beautiful hemp plant and putting it into a simplified formula. In the future, we're working on things like CBG, CBN, which will be the next CBDs of the world that are much more acute benefit-related cannabinoids that I think the FDA will come along and will have better claims around. So super excited to explore the breadth of hemp in total. However, I say cannabis very carefully because even as you say med and rec use, I believe it's all medical. Relaxation after work to
Yep.
de-stress is very important, and THC can play an amazing role in that. And we've seen it in legalized states with no problems, amazing sales, and happy people living in Colorado coming from other states. I've seen that firsthand, and it's just, I think there's a lot of plant medicine that can come in the future as we continue to learn more about the plant. And obviously the delivery device at the center allows for a lot of capabilities for infusing it into your day.
Amazing. And do you, where are you available right now? Where are the different retailers that carry the product?
So we're on East Coast smaller retail chains. We can't actually say our number one retailer because they're flying under the radar, but you can find us in mom and pop and pharmacy style retailers in the Northeast. Our biggest retailer nationwide, and certainly as you're more West Coast related, would be on our website. And actually we offer a lot of content around as we learn, as we educate about the plant and our process. We offer a lot of deep content that can help you learn more about the category and selecting that right product for yourself.
Amazing. And then your website is holistikwellness.com with a K. So HOLISTIK wellness.com. And you do have a promo code. And I love the angle you chose. The promo code is D because we know I will get the highest redemptions.
That's a joke. Terrible move.
And then what do people get, like free shipping? What's kind of the offer you guys have for that code?
So actually we give free shipping every day because we like to take that obstacle out for you specifically. And we're super excited to work with and support GROUPCHAT. We love what you guys are working on with small business owners up to consumers understanding more about how we work and how we operate day to day. We're offering 25% off all your purchases to your audience with the code DEE.
Wow, that's amazing. And so I'm going to pitch you an idea. Since you're here, you might as well.
Please.
I saw the stress thing. I'm a very stressed out person. So I want to do a collaboration with you. I don't know how your packaging works, but I want to call it De-Stress.
Oh, I love it. Actually, I think our Latin America business, that might work. They won't let us say stress, so we could say de-stress. That's great. Hey, if I use it, I'll be sure.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much for coming on and, of course, supporting GROUPCHAT. Congrats on the business. I look forward to trying them tonight, and we're going to have it on email and social. We're going to specifically show you the delivery mechanism because I think you're going to make a lot of money just licensing the delivery mechanism as well.
Thank you. Appreciate it. We love it. Actually, one more thing to tell you on that delivery mechanism is plastic because it's a top priority for us. That's our only Achilles heel there, and we take it very seriously. We're working on turning that into a hemp plastic over 2020, which will make that stick fully biodegradable, which super excited. I'm a scuba diver and the plastic bothers me, as I'm sure it'll bother some of your users. However, we take it as a top mission, and really we even put money back towards programs like coming soon. I'll give you a tease. We're taking a plastic bottle out of the ocean for each stick we sell. Really thinking through that stick, we know how important it is to the consumer, but we want to deliver back to the planet as well in line with everything else we do.
That's amazing. I'm not anti-plastic, for just to make it clear to people. Fair. I'm okay with that.
We've done a lot of podcasts, kind of, but we support you.
I'm a big plastic straw guy. Is a problem.
You know what? That's the example I use. I'm like, if you could use a paper straw, I'd be happy to, but nobody uses a paper straw. You just put it in the drink and then you throw it away. Hemp plastic might give you a better, cheaper solution. That's our goal.
Okay, amazing. Well, thank you for coming on. Thank you for sharing your story.
Super informative.
Thanks for sharing the support for GROUPCHAT.
Awesome. Thanks a bunch, guys. Appreciate you having me, and be well. We'll talk soon.
Thanks.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right, we're here. It's Friday. I made it on Friday.
Congratulations.
You know, this is I've missed the last 2 Fridays.
Yeah, this is your first full week in quite a few weeks.
Yeah, that's messed up. That's messed up.
Look
I don't feel
at
good
HR
about
over
that.
here.
Yeah, checking in.
Got to step into whatever role I'm needed in.
Yeah, I don't feel good about that. I apologize. It's going to be a lot more of that, and I just want everyone to know I'm here and I'm, committed to this team and also corona free. I have had some brief, but I will say, I'm going to jump way ahead on what we were going to talk about, but I have a really good feeling half of this room has corona antibodies.
Absolutely.
We have a very close friend who got a test. I will not mention his name because people know who he is.
How close?
What?
How close?
Like,
can you say it and we can beep it?
Beep, beep.
Oh, him.
He got tested and he has the antibodies.
What the
And
shit?
he's a pretty close friend of mine. So I just assume.
Like you've seen him.
I saw
During this
him
process.
at the peak of Corona.
You could
spreading.
go back to D's Instagram. You could probably figure it out.
Has antibodies. Good for
Bleep
him.
that out.
I mean, no shit.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
So that means we all have it.
So we literally all have it because you were getting really close with this person.
If anybody had it first, it would be me because of I'm out in the streets. But I was early on not shaking hands.
So
that was
this
big.
person touched bodies with you.
Yeah.
I don't know. I was at Poppy a week before the shutdown with the person
right.
straight from London,
You're right.
and they were ahead of us on Corona because everyone in London got it,
Yeah.
and he had bottles with COVID-19 as like the
Taunting.
yeah.
Just taunting the antibody.
Yeah. That guy definitely got it, for sure.
Yeah, I honestly think, Taylor, we know for a fact has had
Yeah.
it. This guy was traveling all over the freaking world.
Taylor looks like a Corona.
Yeah. So
Looks
I
like somebody
think,
who would live in Florida.
Yeah.
so
Florida man.
So the reason I say that, and this really changes the conversation, kind of.
Yeah.
We have to take this into consideration. New York has tested 3,000 people. Well, they tested 3,000 people. I'm sure they've done way more, and found that 14% of them had the antibodies.
Yeah.
So, the numbers, these CNN ticker tape numbers, have to be astronomically higher for
Yep.
people who have been exposed to it or people who've had it and beat it. And also, I hate to say this, but it makes that death number and even the hospitalization number way lower.
I mean, percentage of
Percent of.
Yeah,
But yeah, I mean,
Like if you really look at the true number, which we will probably never see, because I don't know, you're going to test every citizen, right? But if you looked at the true number, I feel like it's going to be looked at like ending up on a ventilator or dying is like a super weird oddity.
yeah.
And that happens on the flu.
The problem is,
Though I think it's just stratified, right? You have old people dying at like 20x the rate of flu,
Yeah.
and then young
Yeah.
people just
Yeah,
it's-
or I would say compromised,
Right. Yeah, yeah.
diabetes.
yeah.
'Cause there's-
So it's just that's the thing. It's just clear you have something that's immunosuppressive or you're old, your rates are really bad.
yeah.
Which is why the hospitalizations are the hospitalizations. And I mean, there's no doubting like people are dying from this. Like we have, what's the number now? I haven't turned CNN on.
I mean,
is it
yeah.
50,000,
It's probably
100,000?
50,000.
The problem is that with the people that have those particular conditions, the death rate is astronomically high. And there's nothing else in the world that creates a faster death for
Yeah.
them than coronavirus.
But hindsight's 2020. But you could have just super aggressively quarantined those people.
Yes, you could.
It's just we had to do a wide net and say everyone do it because we don't know. We didn't know.
Exactly. I think it was the right move to do what we did.
Yeah.
There are still anomalies of people that have, like, there's a blood clot issue. This is still a very unknown thing that has caused different ailments in different people. So I think in like 30 more days, when it's really time to actually let people out into the wild, they'll have a little bit more data and have a sense of like how to treat this a little bit better also. So I think then it'll normalize, but it's just, you can't just quarantine pre this, what we did. No one would have said, hey, if you have these diseases, sit your ass at home. Do you think people would just stop going on cruises? The ailments
cruises
are
are
people
stupid,
who go to cruises.
Yeah.
Diabetes.
Yeah.
What
Heart
percentage of cruise
disease. What
goers?
percentage of cruise goers have some sort of heart disease?
Obesity,
condition?
diabetes, cardiovascular disease.
Yeah,
That
no,
is
I
a
mean-
cruise.
I mean, our parents love cruises, so I'm not going to comment. But I don't want to disrespect them. But I'm just saying, yeah.
That's the cruise crowd.
Yeah.
And unfortunately,
But I think that's also, your parents excluded. It's the crowd that pretends like this isn't a big deal.
My dad tried to pull that, so they're not totally excluded. I had to be like, hey man, you gotta chill.
Yeah.
And I still see some fishy activity. I think he's around people, my
Yeah.
dad. So he's not totally excluded. He has a little bit of that cruise mentality.
Yeah.
Get me back to that buffet.
Yeah.
Lobster just got
My dad
refilled.
loves a good buffet.
yeah, I mean, I think in quiet quarters, not social media, people are starting to get together with other people they feel comfortable getting together with.
100%.
That's happening right now.
I mean, I watched a video with Chris Brown. He had like Tyga and some other singer, all these people, and some guy filming it, and then a basketball player.
Tom Brady's trying to hang out with as many people as possible. There was on TMZ, he walked into a random family's house because he got the wrong address to meet his offensive coordinator. So he's like in a random family's house. He's playing with Gronk. He's
walking around with Gronk.
Tom Brady went to Florida and became an idiot.
He did. As soon as you land there, I'm telling you, the humidity and the heat, man, there's something it
He
does.
got lost. How did he get lost?
And he's bragging about
a
like
ball in a
hanging out
park.
with people publicly, which in today's world, that's literally the worst thing you could do.
Yeah.
Like publicly talking about being social.
Yeah.
But I'm just so curious what happens because now it feels like it could unravel quickly. Because with Florida out on the beaches, with Georgia, they're going to see movies today.
Yeah.
They're in a theater watching freaking Trolls World Tour. And in LA right now, it's 90 degrees. The streets are full of people, I will say, running, walking, still somewhat distant. But like you can tell, I don't know, it just seems like it's going to collapse soon.
Yeah.
And people are just going to open back up. I think it's still going to be weird. There's still going to be spikes. It's going to be a long, long journey. But Americans aren't built to stay inside and be told what to do.
Yeah.
my constitutional
my
right.
My
choice.
body, it's the land of the free, goddammit. I want to be out of my house.
I saw a sign held by a white woman. Let's call her Karen.
She probably was.
And she said something to the effect of like, we need to end this prolonged slavery. And then
Leave it up to the white lady.
No, but
do you know what slavery was?
Do you think-
slavery was not streaming
Yeah.
Postmates and
No,
Slightly
I
different.
seriously feel like the
Karen.
people protesting right now legitimately think this is what the civil rights movement was in the 60s.
yeah, Rosa Parks.
Karen?
Stephen Miller. I think Stephen Miller, is that his name?
I think it's
Stephen
Stephen
Moore?
Moore. An economic advisor to the president called people standing out protesting similar to Rosa Parks.
Rosa
I
Parks.
saw that.
That's disrespectful.
I mean, beyond.
Even
It's like
Pete.
Even a white guy like Pete.
Even
knows
Pete.
that's
Pete's like,
fucking
there's something about that
disrespectful.
doesn't sound right. Okay, well, it's going to get real weird here, I think, because I think that realistically, this thing exists for a year or more.
Yeah.
And so Karen's already protesting and really unhappy.
I think the behavioral change and the risk of someone that has those kind of boxes that we're checking as like high risk.
Yeah.
That's for like years, not 1 year.
Agreed.
Like even if there's a vaccine in 18 months, no one's getting vaccinated fast enough.
No.
There's not going to be 330 million vaccinations ready for Americans.
Yeah, like if the right thing to do when the vaccine comes is give it to old people and give it to people with underlying conditions. What's going to happen?
That's
It's
not
going to
gonna
go to NBA players, NFL players,
Celebrities and rich
actors.
people.
And then Karen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She's going to demand it.
Yeah.
And then the poor grandma with diabetes
Yeah.
in 2025.
Like,
It's
can you
here
tell
go.
a rich person, hey, if you don't have an underlying condition, let the first wave go for the people highest at risk?
No
Good
fucking
luck.
way.
Good luck.
Good luck telling anyone that. Bill Ackman would be first in line.
Bill Ackman would steal 1,000 tests.
Bill Ackman has already been vaccinated.
Yeah.
We got to find out how to get antibody tested.
There's a place on Sunset.
You're going to go?
I'll give you the address.
Will you guys pay for me to go do it?
I mean, I'll go get it myself. It's not like I need content out of it. I don't really give a shit if
fine.
you get
But, I
tested.
mean, here's
Yeah.
Just trying to loop my
the risk
freeway
of-
in there.
the risk of the antibody test is no one knows how accurate these are.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of hustles going on because it's not cheap.
And no one knows you're totally immune if you have the antibodies.
And no
Or
one
for how
knows
long.
if you have those antibodies indefinitely.
Yeah.
Like, do you have them in 2 weeks?
Yeah, probably not.
you
right?
have to get tested right now in this environment probably once a week.
But am I not mistaken that that's how like the flu works? Like you get the flu 1 year, obviously you build up antibodies to fight it. You can get the flu the next year.
Of course.
I know it's a slightly different strain, but this thing is going to mutate the same way, right?
I think you have to get tested often.
Well, listen, I also think I just would feel better knowing I'm a survivor.
I'm
But
a
you might-
survivor.
Thank you guys.
You might have survived and the antibodies are gone by now.
True. Fuck. Okay. Well, listen.
Antibody Body Club.
Screw me then. I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing and
I mean,
hopefully.
at this point, we fought it once, so
So for the best. I mean, D definitely had it. So
Yeah.
we've been really close. D literally talks into my face every episode. I can feel his.
I just put a mic on him today, and you know how close I had to beat it for the
I
mic?
was freaking out when you came that close to me.
Why didn't you have your mask on?
I should
He
have
should
been
have
freaking
a mask
out.
on. I'm filming something.
Oh, that's true.
I should
I'm
be,
the
you
star.
should-
You're
you-
fucking the
You shouldn't be
cameraman.
that. You shouldn't be that close to me.
That's true.
You're disgusting.
Put my life at risk.
Okay, let's move on to Vegas. Vegas is all up in the news for two different reasons, but we should talk about both. Number one, the mayor is saying casinos and everything should reopen. Let's get back to it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? We got to get back out there, gambling, get that economy going.
Yeah.
Not good for my win trade, as I publicly
Not
said.
good for your win trade, but maybe if they get back to it a little early and there's a resurgence, great for your trade.
Yeah, that's what I'm banking on.
And then also the Sands revenue, Las Vegas Sands, has dropped 50%, but stock is up.
Stock's up, wins up, Sands is up, everything is up. Mayor is making a stand. She is opening back up. We got to put these strippers and bottle service people back to work.
I wonder what the prostitutes are doing.
They're fucking.
Who?
You think that's slowed down? Anand, do you want to share this anecdote? This is a very good anecdote of what's going on in the sex world.
So
Not sex trade, but just sex world.
Oh, you know what people are.
no, it's anecdotal. So I mean, I'll tell you what I heard.
Okay.
Across from where we record, there is a hotel that has like grab and goes. So I went the other day to grab like a Diet Pepsi and like hard-boiled eggs or something, and I asked the guy after I pay. I was like, "Who's staying here?" And then I was like, "He's like some people for work." I was like, "No one's working right now. There's no travel for work." He's like, "You'd be surprised, a few folks." He goes, "Really? It's just people getting away from their families and extramarital affairs
Really?
So
in the
people
middle of Corona."
So people are going for 2 hours. Getting
Babe,
it
I got to
done.
run to the office.
Oh,
Yeah.
Whole Foods.
You're
that
losing your
line was
shit.
so long.
Wife's nagging.
Yeah.
2 kids are running wild. Nanny's out.
So you
You,
call.
you got to be pretty bold if you stay overnight. Like, what's your excuse in Corona?
Overnight's not happening. It's just more of like, I'm going to Whole Foods. There was go to Trader Joe's, and you just
and you couldn't find the specific
So you went to
vegetable,
another one.
So then you went to Whole Foods.
They had to go to the valley.
yeah.
You
Shit
wait
was
like an
crazy.
hour and a half in lines.
Yes, that's
And
what I'm
then
saying.
Bristol.
So you know it's-
then you had to pick up your meds at the pharmacy. That's 3 hours.
Oh, you get a 5-hour window out of that. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, and then in that time
Wow.
you're having sex.
I don't know why. I just kind of thought people just weren't fucking.
No, everyone's.
Oh yeah, everyone's fucking.
So do you think the because I'm just saying the prostitutes in Vegas have to go fishing. Like I wonder where the new market they have to have adjusted is what I'm saying. How do you adjust your marketing?
So I mean, I'm sure they have regular clients. It's not just people just randomly roaming around at the nightclub.
There's so much of that.
Sure,
at the
but
bar.
I'm sure they've developed a roster of regulars.
So they claim they're going to open with socially distant rules, the casinos and hotels.
Yeah,
So
sick.
they can't exist in that environment. They're not going to generate enough money if you have like extra spots. And who's showing up?
No, you're
Just old people, right? To get bingo in?
all the most at risk.
Yes.
Yeah.
The cruise crowd.
Yes.
That's who's showing up. But I also think you're not going to be able to even if people start to see other people going to casinos, they're going to go too. It's just going to fill up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, what are you going to do? Do it like Trader Joe's and have a line out front for people waiting to go play the slots?
Right.
I don't think so.
and the mayor is very adamant about.
She wants to be a test case to see if people die.
Yeah,
Her words.
She said.
No, she didn't.
Yes, on CNN.
And she said we'll
Did
deal
she
with
say
it.
the word die?
Yes.
And
Oh
she
my
said we will
God.
deal with it afterwards. We just need to open. She's like, we are not.
We're not built for this. The strip needs to be open.
I mean,
Yeah.
these are leaders talking this way. This isn't Karen. These are leaders that make decisions.
But the problem is Karen wants to go to Vegas. So if Karen wants to go to Vegas, the mayor's saying open up.
Open up.
Here's the reality: there may be a population of Karens that they're ready to die.
I would say
I'm gonna
willing
die
to.
with a goddamn slot machine in my hand.
That's true. That's true.
Take a slot machine out of my cold
From
dead
my-
hands.
yeah. That's true. And a margarita. No chance.
Unfortunately, the way
tall
COVID
boy.
works, it's
Yeah.
a pretty long, drawn out death. It sounds pretty painful.
Yeah, I think Karens are willing to die for some gambling and
But,
cruises.
all right, draw this out. Can the mayor be charged with murder if 5,000 people die because of the strip?
No, it'll never happen. I mean, obviously you know that, but
I know, but like, if you,
I
logically,
don't think Karen's coming after him.
no, because then the mayor of mayor of Louisiana who let Mardi Gras happen should be charged with murder.
right?
You know?
So if the South reopens, a lot of movie and TV productions done in the South. So does that mean Hollywood's back?
Yes. Hollywood is happily going to go to the South and shoot movies.
I think they don't care. If the South is okay with it, Hollywood's okay.
Yeah, they'll just test everyone on the set. They have the budgets. Test everyone.
Yeah.
Everyone else continue.
Okay.
Interesting. Hollywood's back. More content.
I just feel like like the rest of the world
Ozark is fine.
Yeah.
Ozark can be filmed in the South.
Yeah, you're right. I feel like the rest of the world is going to recover in like 6 months, and America's just going to be sick for like 4 years.
Certainly possible.
Just passing around like, fucker, we need our casino. Okay. Looks like gyms might be reopening. Phase 1. Let's get back to LA Fitness, get our biceps right.
I don't understand the gym thought process. I understand everyone wants their gym open. Okay, whatever. This one is literally a petri dish of disease and you know, people are sweating, their mouths are open. It's just a nightmare. And I was thinking, is this like, okay, Stephen Ross, who's the head of Related that owns Equinox, who's a huge Trump donor, is that like the pressure of
I like
someone?
that angle.
Yeah, that's my conspiracy on that. Stephen Ross went to
You're
Trump's
right.
ear.
Yeah, cry about that soul cycle.
Yeah, so
Paying off now, isn't it?
Doesn't
Yeah.
he also owns the Dolphins, right?
the Dolphins.
NFL's back too.
And he's a
NFL's
Florida
back.
guy.
Yeah.
Big Florida guy.
Yeah, so I just have a feeling like I don't understand. I can actually understand like a salon being open.
They could use gloves, masks. They could do the whole thing.
But also like nothing, like why is anything cosmetic? Those are like the first priorities.
Hold on a second.
What, you're trying to get a haircut?
Salons, yeah, I'm trying to get a haircut. I want salons open. I'm with that.
That's the problem. You're part of the problem.
I'm with Trump on that one.
The
a slippery
girls want to get their nails done. Dee's trying to get stylish.
Yeah, I'm
cut.
trying to get a stylish haircut.
That's
What?
what's
We got
gonna
nowhere to
happen.
go.
I just feel
He's filming content.
It boosts my self-confidence.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm right with you. But
So shut the fuck up.
I'm just curious.
Yeah, won't like your generation race to Vegas if the casinos are open?
I've already got invited for August. I'm not cheating. My friend goes, "We're going to Vegas in August. Like, already had a plan. Do you want to
Yeah,
meet us
Pete's
there?"
partying, if not already, like
No, I'm not
in
partying.
no time.
Yeah.
But you're doing shit with people on the weekends per
Consistently
your
the
Instagram.
same people that I have since the
And
beginning.
what are
of this
they
for the
doing
last
the whole
month.
rest
Yeah,
of
you
the
don't
week?
know.
Same thing. I know what they're doing.
You check
They're
in. You
doing
guys all
nothing.
check in.
You
Yes.
sleep. You guys all sleep in the same bedroom together.
Yeah, and you say, "Oh,
Those
we're
six
only hanging
guys.
out this weekend if you guys have stayed home."
Say it again.
Pinky swear.
You're saying, "Oh, Pinky promised guys, we're only hanging out this weekend if everyone's been home."
Well, yeah. No, we're not like saying that, but we all know that we're not like out doing other shit.
Yeah, you're sketchy, man. Luckily, you're young and athletic. But whatever, we all have antibodies, so it doesn't matter.
Thanks for the athletic comment. I don't think you've ever seen me play sports, but I like it.
Well, I mean, you're just a fit guy. Is what
Yeah,
I'm saying.
I
You're
know.
not like a
I'm
pig.
just a really good looking guy.
Okay, human
No one
macaroni
said
and
good
cheese.
looking.
So yeah, chill on the vanity, bro. The interesting thing is if we have any Cathys that live in Georgia, the gyms will be open today in Georgia.
So test case.
Yeah, so let us know.
So the Falcons have a head start.
Yes,
gyms are
yeah.
open.
Wait 1 week, and we'll see if gyms should be open.
Yeah.
You'll see how the ventilators are looking.
Yeah, I mean, I think, I mean, I agree that this thing has to be done in phases. I was shocked to see gyms in phase 1.
So
Yep.
I think Newsom and Garcetti have made it pretty clear sports aren't going to be played in California, the NFL. So will the Rams, Chargers, Niners just leave to different states and play? Are they going to sit out the season?
No, no one's sitting at anything.
Okay. So they're going to move to Florida.
Arizona.
Yeah, Arizona.
Everyone shouldn't go to Florida. You can do whatever you want.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. And then we kind of just chisel off Florida and separate it from the U.S.
This is a big
I mean,
island.
think about how many
Yeah.
people have seen Tom Brady just like in parks with Gronk running into random people's homes. Are like, if he's doing it, why aren't I?
Totally.
He's the GOAT.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, how about this? We, in 1 month, completely erased all job growth since the 2008 recession.
Woo!
Erased it. Wipe it off. Who cares? 12 years? Wipe it. We're at 26 million. Yeah, man, pretty brutal. Only up from here, as far as I'm concerned. Because what you're going to do is you're going to have some small reopenings. You know, the barbershops and the gym people are going to go back to work. And then, bam, new spikes, new outbreaks. And we're at 35 million.
Done. Easy. 26 million people in America are currently unemployed, collecting more money than they ever thought.
And I actually think it's dangerous because we've kind of joked about it. So people are getting in California, 450 unemployment a week. And then on top of that, 600 is part of the stimulus that the state has a week. So it's a lot of money.
Plus 1,200.
Plus 1,200. But that 600 stops in July.
That's a long ways away.
But there's now stories coming out that you can't even get people, you can't hire people for low-paying jobs because they're making more being unemployed. Here's the problem. You don't take that job now, that's not going to be available once all the money stops.
But you're rich.
You're rich for 3 months.
Yeah.
I don't think they're thinking about it like you need to be employed because in July when it's all stopped, those jobs aren't going to be there.
No, I mean, I know some people who are collecting that money who are real short-term thinkers, and all they care about is right now.
Yeah.
It's better than when they were working.
Yeah.
And that's all they're worried. That's where the thought stops.
Yeah.
Like, oh, things are good. I'm
Yeah.
chilling. Who wants to drop in on
Who
Call
wants
of
to be a
Duty?
millionaire?
Yeah. It was
Yeah.
a millionaire.
Who would have thought? This is a blessing. And then all of a sudden you're going to get smacked
Yep.
when that happens.
I'll tell you what doesn't get phased is the stock market. So today,
No.
the stock market ended up kind of flat on a Thursday. It was up all day.
Yeah.
Right after the jobs numbers came out, the stock market raced to the top. The only thing that actually made it go flat, not even go down, was the fact that the Gilead trial of a vaccine, they came out and said it flopped.
Flopped.
Yeah, so-
Remdesivir, right?
Yeah.
It's flat on the news. It doesn't work. But the news 2 weeks ago, when they thought he may have a chance, it went up 1,000 points.
I mean, what do you, like, honestly, what do you, as a smart person, what do you take from this?
I had two things. I think we touched on it last week. The government and the Fed have made every other asset class that these large institutions have to put money towards, like bonds. They're all zero rates, 0. They have to store their money somewhere. And the only way to do that at scale is either the bond market
Got
or the
it.
equity market.
Yeah.
That's it. It's two things.
Yeah, okay. That makes sense. So it's not, I mean, complete, like, it's not a complete scam.
It's
Like, it makes
it's a scam.
sense, kinda.
It's a scam in the
because-
sense that the underlying asset that the
Yeah.
markets represent are cratering,
Yeah.
but the numerical values we're seeing aren't. So,
But that
it's
has to
fake.
catch up at some point, right? I mean, like, this is my question. If that doesn't catch up and there isn't a loss that accounts for all of this, then it really represents nothing. It has no representation of the actual health of our economy.
No, because we're going to have 40 million unemployed soon.
Yep.
And the Fed has also basically signaled to the market, if you're a Dow 30 company, you're an S&P company,
We got
you're
you.
fully backstopped. You're
Yeah.
good. You're not going bankrupt.
Yeah.
Like, the bond markets are going to be open for you.
Yeah. You need to raise money for your piece of shit business? We got you.
Imagine, yeah, man, if WeWork got out, they'd be hot right now.
Yeah, the stock will be up.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. You guys want to talk about just a funny little piece of news that came out from the Trump administration and the coronavirus task force? Apparently, one of the guys who was tapped to run it was Brian Harrison, right?
Yes.
37-year-old Brian Harrison. He's going to step in, get this thing under control. Everything's all good. He has a lot of experience.
He ran a company. Some of you may be familiar with it. It's called Dallas Labradoodles.
Oh, that's like a virus thing, right?
Yeah, he's a cutting edge medical research guy.
Got it.
Actually, no. He actually was a Labradoodle breeder.
He's
And
a Labradoodle.
what's he being
breeder.
tasked to do?
He's literally
Is he currently the guy?
yes.
And he's a fucking Labradoodle breeder? This has to be a joke.
No.
And you picked the dumbest breed of dog that exists? Tell me anyone in their right mind would give me flack for making fun of Labradoodles.
Oh my God.
It's a bunch of Karens. Don't act like you care.
Yeah, and so he's part of the task force on COVID that Kushner kind of helped put together, and it's a joke. Like, these are the types of people. This is why Karens feel okay to go to Vegas, because Karen probably has a Labradoodle.
Karen loves Labradoodles.
Yeah.
And, you know, and
She's
there's
probably
nothing she trusts more than a good, stable Labradoodle.
Yeah, she's like, we're safe.
He knows genetics.
We got the man that needs to
Be in the
solve
position.
this. Yeah.
He figured out how to get a Labrador and a poodle to have sex.
I mean, you're telling me you can't cure a virus? Come on. Holy fuck. I mean, it's literally a South Park episode.
Yeah, I mean, these are the problems when it was funny when Trump got elected. It was a reality star. We all laughed, whatever. Then it kind of got scary. And then we start seeing all his cabinet members, and we all laughed at that. And now, unfortunately, we actually need real leaders to get us out of this situation. And it's literally like, he's going to give a real housewife the Secretary of Treasury next, because she's
why
rich.
not?
Why wouldn't you?
Why not?
I mean, it makes no sense. I just can't believe Kim Kardashian doesn't have like a real position in there.
She might be VP for the re-election.
She deserves it. She's the best one yet.
Jesus Christ.
What?
I'm just saying, she's freed
what
more
is
people than frickin' I don't even know what. She's free. She's out here freeing people.
She freed
what is
someone in the middle of COVID, right?
What?
Like
Yeah.
last week.
Did she?
What is
Yeah.
the difference in intellectual level between Kim Kardashian and Donald Trump? I would argue Kim Kardashian at her age was more successful than Donald Trump was at his age.
Kim Kardashian started with less. Like if you went percentage of gain,
Yeah.
Kim Kardashian wins.
I mean, in this climate, Kim Kardashian is probably the most electable candidate.
Yeah. I mean,
least-
look, if it's her or Joe Biden, I'm going Kim.
I agree.
At least
I
she
vote for
knows
Kim
she's running
Kardashian.
for president.
So Fox News released a poll last night. It's Fox News. In Pennsylvania, Biden 50 polling, Trump 42. In Michigan, Biden 49, Trump 41. Sleepy Joe shutting up seems to be the right move.
He might sleep his way into the White House.
He's going to sleep his way in the fucking White House.
He should not do a debate. He should not do a speech. He should
No.
just show up and win.
He's going to walk in there and be like, where's Barack?
Yeah. Who's running the show here?
Who's in
Where's
charge?
the black guy that, who always used to tell me what to
Did
do?
you
Yeah, I'm more of a vice guy,
guys
you
seen him
know?
around
Did you
here?
see Trump post the meme that I'm sure his team
Oh
created?
my God,
Yeah.
yes.
Barack Obama and 3 black guys watching a Joe Biden
Yeah.
commercial, and they're like looking at each
And
other.
they're laughing.
They're all laughing like this dude's
Oh my gosh. Gosh, I don't even know how to really start this one. I mean, let's just say times are good for the guy who manufactured this whole crisis, you know? And this is really, before I kind of thought, oh, this is all BS and everyone needs to leave him alone. But, you know, with the way he's spending, I think he might be behind this.
He's definitely behind it.
Bill Gates just bought a $48 million house in Del Mar.
Yep. Well, no, he got a discount. He got it for 43.
Oh, he got it for
It was listed for 48.
Oh.
The crisis caused him a $5 million discount.
You want to know why?
actually-
Mind control.
What
Yeah.
what a philanthropist in my opinion, because he waits one more month. That 43 is 38.
Yeah.
That 38
That
is
was charity
35.
work. Yeah, you're
Yeah.
right. I mean, so he's probably in there, you know, whipping up his next concoction
Yep.
for global domination.
Yes.
And, you know, whatever. The times are good.
Man,
So,
43 million in
To live in San Diego?
and not only that,
I mean, what
are
does
you
that look
doing?
like?
it's only 6 bedrooms.
Yeah.
What
it has
is-
to be
it's-
insanity.
I mean, it's 5,800 square
That's
feet.
nothing.
That's not big. 10-person jacuzzi overlooking a fire pit. Who gives a shit?
It's Corona Del Mar, like more expensive than Beverly Hills.
I think there are parts of Del Mar that might be.
This is crazy.
Wait, it's called Corona Del Mar?
No, it's Del. I mean,
Del
Del Mar.
Mar is a
Okay,
different
I was going
place.
to say, I mean, tell me I didn't just spot something.
There is a Corona
There's
Del
a Corona,
Mar,
it's
but
not-
this is not it.
But don't you think that, don't you think it's kind of like,
Bad timing.
yeah.
Yeah, very bad tact. He's an idiot. This one's a bad move. Like, I understand your eyeballing.
Or maybe he's just like, look at this. I'm giving away 43 million to live in squalor.
Yes.
Like
Look,
I'm doing.
everyone's doing their part. I'm gonna live in San Diego for $43 million. $43 million to live in San Diego.
What do you get for 43 million in Beverly Hills?
Not
Gotta
much.
get more than 6 bedrooms.
Yeah, but you're not getting on
Yeah,
that.
for 43?
I mean,
43 is like anywhere is real.
yeah, even in Malibu at 43, you're getting something nice.
You're in the game, big time.
Yeah.
Yeah, because wasn't the highest purchase ever only like 70 or 80 million?
in Beverly Hills.
Yeah,
I think it was
in
like
Beverly.
89.
Let me just tell you
yeah.
this, guys. One more thing about Bill Gates that just doesn't quite add up.
This one doesn't
What's
add up.
underneath that house?
I think he like wanted to give.
I'll go investigate.
Yeah.
Yeah, go try to hop that fence.
So you get mowed down. A couple machine guns.
What do you think Bill Gates' security is?
What?
Like
Insane.
ex-Navy SEAls?
he
Yeah,
has presidential
military for
security.
sure.
Yeah, that's cool.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Like I believe it, but like who the fuck is trying to see him?
it's not
Bill
It's not
Gates?
like
Dude, you could kidnap him.
I mean, Bill
that's true.
world leaders.
his children. I mean, come on, dude. People are.
Okay.
You
There
have
are
SEAL
people
Team
a lot
6.
Just
less
curious.
rich than Bill Gates that have crazy security.
Yeah.
Okay.
Plus, think about people are trying to kill freaking
Fauci.
Fauci. Imagine. And Fauci's doing nothing but trying to help.
We're trying to help. We're trying to do
Imagine
good.
people that think Bill Gates manufactured this and is killing
He
babies.
gets smoked.
Smoked by some crazy guy. You gotta have SEAL Team 6 outside your bedroom door.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, bad timing, Bill. How about chill out? Wait a couple months.
Yeah. I mean, the house is not going anywhere. No one else on earth can buy that house.
They'll have the
except
money.
you.
Or just tell them, like, hey, let me place a hold. I'm gonna buy this.
Maybe-
Now's a bad time.
Maybe he got bored and wherever he's quarantining.
And Bill Gates doesn't have a way to hide the fact that he just bought a $43
Yeah, like do
million
it through
house?
some trust or do it through something like
Come
give it to
on.
one of your boys. I don't know. This is real stupid. Grade A dummy.
All right.
He was a modern day superhero last week.
Yeah.
We turn quick around here.
I don't know, but why are you buying 43 million? I mean, first of all, you're a dummy because it's in San Diego. I'm sorry.
I mean, that makes no sense. That's
it
the
was
sketchiest thing of all.
4.3 million. I'm like, okay, you're getting some value. 43 million to live in San Diego.
Yeah. I trusted Bill until that.
Yeah.
Corona Del Mar. He's going to rename it. Okay. Let's do some ads.
Okay, the next part of this podcast is brought to you by Spot Insurance. After hearing the whole spiel last time, I got scared. I've been hit on a scooter before, actually several times, and I regularly almost get hit almost every day I go home.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go get some Spot. And
I told you I would get it for you.
Okay.
You made a dumb, slick comment to me when we started this podcast.
I was only
today.
asking. I
You were
wasn't
like,
trying
did
to
you
be-
sign me up for a Spot?
only in the idea of
Okay,
this, like,
I said I would pay for it. I am not your fucking assistant.
No.
You can go online.
You also
sign
said
up,
you were gonna get it.
lifebyspot.com.
right.
Referral code group chat.
Right.
I'll give you the credit card.
Right.
And leave me the fuck alone.
Okay, that's fine. I
That's
was
it.
just curious if you felt so motivated.
No.
Okay. Well, for me, this was a no-brainer because I definitely need this because I driving a scooter every day to work. A lot of you may or may not know that, but I have been hit like 3 times before. One dude, I went straight through the
Window.
passenger side window. It was rolled down, but I went right through it, and I was about 3 inches away from the guy's. Yes. So I'm coming down the sidewalk. This is a busy street here. I'm not going to ride a scooter that goes 13 miles an hour.
Yeah.
So I'm coming down the sidewalk, and this guy just pulls out of nowhere. I don't see him coming. It's like a blind corner. I try to slam on the brakes. I can't stop quick enough. I put my feet down, try to stop, and I go through the passenger side window straight, like 3 inches from this guy's face. Luckily, he had his window down, and he looks at me, and he's like, "Oh, shit, my bad, dude." And I was like,
And you
"Are
were fine?
Yeah, I mean, I just went through it, and I like stopped on the car. Like I stopped my body from going, and my head just went through.
So your head was
I
physically
was
in
literally
his
was
car.
looking eye contact with the guy, like a couple inches away from his
And
face.
he wasn't phased?
No, he's just like, "Oh shit, my bad, dude." Like real calm about it.
Pete, these stories are great, but I have to respond to these advertisers, and we have to make sure we're telling about the product. So let's explain to people what
So
Spot
that's
is.
why I'm getting Spot Insurance, guys.
Let's get back to it.
Lifebyspot.com. It's perfect for anybody, whether you are just climbing on the weekends or climbing down your stairs. This is a really, really great product for you. If you get injured, your Spot policy will reimburse you for your out-of-pocket medical costs. Spot has no deductible, covers you worldwide 24/7, and works whether you have health insurance or not. Guys, lifebyspot.com. Use referral code GROUPCHAT, and they are going to donate 10 masks for every code that is redeemed. So get over there. It's $25 a month, up to 20 grand in, right?
That's a good
Coverage.
job, Pete.
Wow,
Yeah.
Pete.
Yeah, $20,000 in coverage. Just want to make sure I said that right.
And they're donating masks for every person that signs up.
Yeah, I said that.
So it's obvious D doesn't listen when Pete talks.
No, I actually wasn't paying attention to what you were saying.
That was actually a good ad read, Pete. That
Thank
was really
you.
good.
Okay, that's it. That means it's over.
Okay.
Now we're going to go back to the podcast.
Great. Now to the podcast.
All right, where'd we leave off? Let's see here.
Gap stops paying rents.
Okay.
Do you have a loser for winner losers?
Why? What do you got?
Robbie Snyder texted us 3 weeks ago.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, let's shout out the surfboard, right?
Oh, the surf. We'll do that in the loser of the week.
Or
Yeah, well, because it's Robbie's mom.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'll call Robbie the loser.
Yeah.
Ready? All right, back to some interesting business news. So Gap Stores has now announced that they probably have 12 months of cash left, and they are not going to pay $115 million in April rent.
That's a lot.
So their rent is looks like it's about $115 million a month in North America. And they've said they're not going to pay it. So they're not paying it in April. May is going to be closed. They're not going to pay it in May.
Yep.
I think June there'll be some resemblance of an opening. Their business itself is not going to recover anytime soon.
Yep.
Me personally, I compete with them, with Menlo Club. I don't really give a shit if these guys go down the tube.
More importantly, after they announced the news, the stock traded higher.
I like that. They've been rewarded for not paying rent.
So there's two things going on. So every commercial landlord should be scared shitless because now you have huge tenants, 115 million of rent across the country, just zero in 1 month. That's zero the next month. And so they're going to try to issue debt. Who's lending them money?
The Fed. Everyone's just handing money.
Because, I mean, this is a company that should just be out of business.
Yes. I don't see a reason why the Gap needs to exist in its current form. You should have an online business, maybe keep 50 stores.
Or is this a way for Gap to go to all the commercial landlords because they're such a big tenant? 150 million a month is insane. And get out of all the bad leases and just keep the profitable stores, and they actually restructure like that?
I'm sure that's part of the tactic, but I mean, it's just time to go, Gap.
Gap's been on a slow decline since, 10 years ago?
At least 10 years. Old Navy was the only property they own.
Yeah.
Banana Republic. I mean, who's shopping at Banana Republic?
Yeah, they just chose not to innovate, chose not to do anything e-commerce innovative.
Yeah.
It's just no reason. I have no problem if Gap goes out of business.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just going to be a challenge for companies like Gap. This is just one. Think about how many other big retailers like this that are out there that it's unclear what happens to them post-COVID.
Right.
And the fact that people have gotten comfortable online shopping, I mean, the shift in dollars from brick and mortar to e-com in certain categories is going to accelerate. Actually, I did a Menlo meetup last night, and a group chat listener, Matt, who works for a very large alcohol company, said that alcohol has been accelerated. Alcohol-related e-commerce purchase, he's like, has been accelerated by 5 years because of COVID. So like, they thought, the industry thought, it's going to take a lot of time before people feel comfortable buying via apps and on the internet. But now they're using people like Postmates, other delivery courier services to get alcohol. At the end of the day, if you have a great product, a great brand, people will figure out a way to get it.
Right.
And so in fashion, we've all known that the e-commerce moment was there. And some people have successfully been able to scale, but no one's been able to mimic the same volume that you do in brick and mortar. But I'm going to say that when the market comes back, there's just going to be fewer stores everywhere. So you have no choice, or you just don't buy clothes.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, those are the only two options.
Yep.
And there might be people that are just very poorly dressed.
Go over to Menlo Club.
Go over to Menlo Club. Pete, why don't you do a little ad for Menlo Club?
Well, let me tell you about Menlo Club, the greatest subscription for men in the entire world. Guys, if you want to stop looking like a bunch of bums, head over to the Menlo Club. Right now you can just sign up for $20.
Yeah.
Do you even need a code?
No, you don't actually need a code.
No, but I got one for you. DYT. That'll get you a free pair of sunglasses along with half off.
I'll give you a better deal.
Whoa.
Do D-Money. DEEMONEY.
What does that get you?
That's $20.
Oh, boom.
All right. So moving on, retail in America.
what does it look like post-COVID? We just talked about what the Gap is doing. China has reopened. Let me tell you something about China. Luxury is back in China. Luxury stores are comping up from last April already.
That's insane.
Insane. So people are coming back with a vengeance in the luxury market.
Right.
So that's your high end of the market. That probably is going to happen here too. Like, I think the wealthy will go back and go back and start really shopping again. Really what happens to the rest of the market. And one of the things that people aren't kind of taking into consideration of how quickly things will accelerate in America is China, because of Corona, missed out on Chinese New Year spending. So all that, if you're like a young Chinese person, you got a red envelope with your money and you go shopping with it usually, right? So all that pent up demand was now spent in China. So China has accelerated their retail sales drastically. The other thing is Chinese tourism, which is so big for retail in America and in Europe, is over. So all those Chinese people that were coming to America, like if you talk to a New York City, LA, or San Francisco retailer, so much of their business is reliant on tourism.
Of course, if you walk down Rodeo Drive in a given day, any time of the year, it's not Americans.
No, it's Chinese, it's Russians, it's Saudis, it's it's people from all over the world that keep the economy going. And retail in America in big cities is so reliant on tourism. And China being the largest population, have the biggest amount of tourists who are not leaving anywhere. So what are they doing? They're staying at home and they're shopping.
And the Chinese government is able to keep retailers afloat. They're able to get cash to the industries that need it the most, whereas in the U.S., that's just not happening.
No. And I think it really comes down to how does a country like United States mimic the recovery that's happening in China? And I don't think we can. And I think the unemployment issue we're facing, like I think the $600 a week in California we're talking about may have a short-term impact on consumption, but I think it has a longer-term impact on the solvency of a lot of small businesses because they're not going to be able to hire people to start their business up again. I think that's going to have a cascading effect on long-term unemployment. It just starts causing a whole lot of issues and problems that I don't think people are ready for. And trying to figure out the recovery process. And every time I listen to like really optimistic people talk about like a U-shaped recovery so that, there's like a longer bottom and then it slowly kind of recovers. And other people have talked about a V-shaped recovery, which I think people have given up hope on, that it just sharply rebounds. I think it's going to be it's going to be like a U with a long bottom. And then recovers.
I'm trying to think. It's like a table.
Or
upside down table.
Okay, or what about the swoosh symbol?
Just the U and then it takes off?
Yeah, I think it takes time.
Yeah, what do you think, 2 years?
Yeah, I think it's 2 years.
You could pretty much write off 2021.
2021, I read an article, they said Dow's going to 40,000. The stock market might go to 40,000, but I don't think the economy's back.
Yeah, because we're probably a month and a half away from 40 million unemployed. A month? You think by June 1?
No, because the problem is that a state like if Georgia and Florida reopen, those numbers will start changing really quickly.
Right.
It just, I don't know what their state policies were on unemployment. If they were also feeding people extra money, I doubt it because those states' cost of living isn't similar to California. So it'd be interesting to see. But I think it's just really going to be challenging to get the country back to shopping, getting them back to work. I think the economic challenges of getting back to normal is going to take years. And the reality is there's no cure for this virus. Even if we all think it's full of shit and we're all fine with it, it still changed our behavior. It still changes the way we act and talk. So we have to deal with that. On to something more positive. The winner of the week.
The winner of the week, shockingly for me, is the Treasury. They came out and said public companies that received loans through all the different packages have to give them back.
Wow. So that means all publicly traded or any specific industries?
It's kind of breaking news right now, but it sounds like all publicly traded companies. So like Ruth Chris took $20 million. How did Ruth Chris get $20 million?
I mean, it's a big restaurant chain. They need the money.
And they have to give it back. And I want to bring up another loser. We're
not even there yet.
Anna.
You're already calling out losers.
I got a winner from the back too.
Okay, go.
My winner is Pete.
Okay.
Pete started an awesome new segment.
Okay.
It's gonna get more views than Group Chat pretty soon. He's in control. He brought Anand on. Yesterday when Anand was on, Pete's in control of the everything. He muted Anand.
Wow.
Anand was talking some shit. Pete just muted him straight up. He has that power.
I got sick of it. He was mouthing off. I said, "We're muting you."
This guy's getting too much ego.
Way too much
These
ego.
guys in the back, we need to send them even further back. We need to
Mute him again.
Yeah,
mute me here.
We can mute you real fucking quick here too.
All right. We'll check it out. My winner of the week is Tom Brady. I think Tom Brady is settling in extremely well in Tampa Bay. I think if you haven't heard, Rob Gronkowski, who hasn't played football in, call it 2 years, is coming back to the NFL. Instead of playing for the New England Patriots, his last year in his contract, he's going to Tampa Bay. I've seen Rob Gronkowski on TV. He seems like he's in incredible shape. He's lost a bunch of weight. Obviously, I don't know if he's in football condition.
He just did the WrestleMania during COVID.
Yeah, and so he's still staying active. But the fact that like he just kind of came out of nowhere and like is now on Tampa Bay. I mean, Tampa Bay is also the big winner because the entire country is now going to pay attention to Tampa Bay Buccaneers because Tom Brady, probably the best football player ever, and now we just added a superstar tight end. And Tom's, can't even find his offensive coordinator. I don't know if he's going to find the end zone, but he seems like he's having a good time there.
Yeah. Tom, he's fitting in with his new surroundings.
Yeah,
he's following what the public's doing.
Yeah, exactly. Who's your loser?
I have a couple.
Okay.
First, Mitch McConnell.
Okay. Because of his turkey neck?
Mitch McConnell. How does a senator from Kentucky have so much damn power? It's just insane. It's an irrelevant state, but he's wielded so much power in this country and dictates so much that goes on in legislation. He started mouthing off because obviously states like California and New York are going to need bailouts.
Yep.
Right? And he said the federal government shouldn't bail out these states. And then Andrew Cuomo came out and said, hey there, Mitch, Kentucky has taken $150 billion more than they've paid in taxes.
Oh, my God.
So, Mitch.
How is he a loser? He seems like a winner.
No, but he's a loser because, you're right. He is a winner because he's irrelevant. The data doesn't back him, but he has all the power.
Yeah. That sounds like a winner.
It sounds like
I think you're
And there's nothing going on in Kentucky other than the Wildcats.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know anything.
The Kentucky Derby, I guess.
Yeah, that's canceled.
Yeah.
Taylor, do you have a loser?
I have another loser. Hold on.
Okay.
The Harvard University. So there was a lot of reports that Harvard took $9 million in aid, and then Trump's and they have a $40 billion endowment. So everyone was up in arms, like, why is this college taking $9 million in aid when you have $40 billion endowment? That money can be reallocated elsewhere. Trump, at one of his press conferences, goes, we're getting that money back from Harvard.
Yeah, and they got it.
No, so what happened, Harvard starts tweeting what their version of the story is. And they said, we never received the money. And if you read the tweets, it's really tricky what they're trying to get across. So apparently they're awarded this money through the CARES Act. And they said we never applied. And that's tricky because I don't think you have to apply. Mm-hmm. And they said they never got the funds. But then the following tweet, they say, but we told them to reallocate the funds that were going to Harvard to someone else. So what is it? You didn't apply. You thought the money was coming. The money wasn't coming. It's a lot of bullshit.
Yeah.
And then Stanford tweeted, we are withdrawing our application from the CARES Act because all the blowback Harvard was getting. Mm-hmm. So $9 million was just magically given to Harvard. They had no clue. That's a fucking lie.
Yeah, I mean,
And they would have taken the money if it didn't
oh yeah.
leak.
Well, same thing with all the restaurants.
Yeah.
The Shake Shacks or Ruth Chris, they would have all taken the money. It's just that now we live in a public market where the public actually has access to information on what's going on.
Yeah, no, it's insane.
Okay, Taylor.
I got a loser from the back over here.
Okay.
This week's loser is Robbie Snader.
Yes.
On April 2nd, Robbie started a group text message with me and D. He sent a screenshot of Shopify at $340 a share, and he says it's a good time to buy Shopify right now. I said, buy it at $250 in 4 weeks. D liked my comment, and then D said, wouldn't touch it. Everything's about to get clobbered. This was 3 weeks ago. Shopify's at $340 a share. Today, Shopify's at $620 a share. It is up 80% since he asked us if he should buy.
And that
We
was
both
what you said
no.
early April?
This was April 2nd. So this is literally 3
Oh my
weeks ago.
God, it's up that much?
Yes.
It's at $620 a share.
So we tell you specifically on this podcast, do not listen to stock advice because we are not professional advisors. And there's a perfect example. Robbie is an idiot.
Robbie's an idiot for listening to us.
Yes. But you know who's not an idiot? His mom. His mom hooked us up fat. She listened to the podcast and she just made us the craziest group chat surfboard. Pete's going to take a picture of it and we should post it. It's incredible. So thank you so much. And she has an incredible soap business that she also has given us a lot of product. In fact, I actually have been using all her soap.
I was wondering why you're smelling so good.
I smell good and I'm chemical free because hers are all handmade soaps and fresh ingredients.
You got to see, she makes it out of her garage. It looks like a meth lab. It's so funny.
I mean, but it doesn't smell like one. I smell fresh. I mean, I literally prefer those soaps than the drugstore soaps because I don't like all those chemicals.
No, her soaps are awesome.
Amazing. And so my loser of the week is, I'm talking to my mom right now in text message. And she was asking me, did we watch The Last Dance? And we said, yes. And I don't know if I mentioned this on the podcast. I think I talked about it on Twitter. So in the documentary, if you watch the first 2 episodes, there was a game that turned around the Bulls season in 1997 or 98.
They were 0-4
0-4
to start the season.
And they were coming to play the Clippers. And my mom was the biggest basketball fan, equally as big, maybe even bigger than probably me at least, probably not Anand. But she wanted to take us to games. We always wanted to go all the big games. The Clippers, who at that time were probably one of the worst teams in the league, had a package where you get like 10 games, and one of them you would get the Bulls to see Michael Jordan.
Because the only way they could sell tickets was to package all the best teams and then sell that because they wouldn't be able to sell ticket. Then they throw in some shitty games so they get more revenue.
So you get like 9 shitty games, but you get to see the Bulls. So my mom had bought these tickets and, we had planned to go to all these games. And fast forward, during the week of the game, I end up getting invited to something at the University of Pennsylvania at the Wharton School. And I had like my eye on going to Penn for college. And so I was like, I got to go there. It's my chance to see the campus. And my mom and brother were like, well, we have these tickets to these games. Yeah. And it was another friend of ours, Matt.
So, and the 4 of us were Ollie Fakari, Matt Weiss, and then me and my mom.
Yeah, and so Matt was part of our original package. I didn't get to go, so Ollie got to go. And I go to this thing at Penn. I eventually do not get into Penn, so fuck Penn. And then this happens to be the game, then Michael Jordan.
So this game, I mean, it gives me goosebumps thinking about it.
Where were the seats?
We were up top.
Okay.
The entire arena was rooting for Michael Jordan. Like when the Bulls came out of the tunnel, it was like deafening to hear and every time Michael Jordan touched the ball, the entire arena was in flashes.
Yeah.
Like it was just a spectacle.
And the Clippers were kicking their ass, right?
Clippers were kicking their ass. Michael Jordan comes back, puts up 45 points, double overtime, hits the game winner.
Yeah.
And the coolest part about it was young Kobe Bryant want to see the GOAT too. He was sitting courtside. So they kept, every time Jordan did something, they would pan to Kobe because everyone knows Kobe wants to be like Mike.
Yeah.
It was just such a surreal experience.
Kobe was in the game, in the stands.
In the stands.
Oh.
So Kobe came to watch the Clippers and Bulls play while I think he might have been in his second year. I don't know if it was his rookie year. I forget.
Yeah.
but he wanted to see the GOAT
Wow.
come to town. So it was so cool. Like that was the only time I've ever seen Michael Jordan play.
Yeah.
Did you ever get to see him?
No, I never saw him.
And I got to see 45 points, double overtime, game winner,
Yeah.
entire place losing it. It was just like,
I remember that night I was at Penn and then I got like this tour. Then I come home at night back to the hotel.
Yeah.
And I turn on the TV and I'm like, holy shit. Double overtime Clippers. And I'm
insane.
sitting here. I think it was freezing cold in Penn.
I'm sure, yeah.
So I was a loser.
You're the loser. You're the loser of the week.
I'm the loser of the week.
Loser of 1997.
I'm the loser of 1997. All right, everyone. That's all we have. What do
No
we got?
content.
Oh, we have content on it.
My rom-com list.
Okay.
Tim's excited. How to Lose a Guy. Along Came Polly.
I love Along Came Polly.
Eternal Sunshine's a little more serious. Not really calm, more rom.
Never heard of it.
Forgetting Sarah Marshall.
Love it.
And While You Were Sleeping. It's good.
Is it funny?
Is it funny? I don't know if it's for you.
Okay. I'll pass on that one. Mine I've been watching on television is Black AF. It's amazing. I love it. To me, it's Curb Your Enthusiasm. A little younger, a little edge, a little different culture. It's about Kenya Harris. What's his last name?
I think Harris, yeah.
Yeah, who's a very successful movie and television producer. Started Blackish, Mixed-ish, Girls Trip. Done extremely well. He has 6 kids. They live in this crazy house. He dresses insane.
Kenya Barris.
And it's just, he's like in his mid 40s. He's kind of going through like a midlife crisis. He's like, I don't know. It's just, to me, he's Larry David. It's very, very similar. And I could see how people find it cringeworthy because I saw a lot of critics kind of bash it. But like, I feel like if you didn't know Larry David created Seinfeld, you would probably think that show's stupid too. And to me, I really hope they give this show a real shot.
I mean, so Amanda pointed out, I know I don't watch that show, neither do you, that it's more like, the setup's more like Modern Family.
Yeah, I've watched it. Yeah.
Where they break the fourth wall, they talk to the camera. We watched the first episode last night. It's hysterical. Absolutely hysterical.
Yeah.
And I think it's buzzing. Like, at least in our age group.
Yeah.
I'm seeing a lot of people talking about it.
Top 10 on Netflix.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting texts about it. I mean, the fact that Clay Travis posted, like, I know no one cares about this subject with me, and I know Kenya Barris doesn't care about my opinion, but Black AF is incredible.
Yeah, it's really good. And it's funny because I went and read a lot of articles about it from critics, and it was predominantly black critics saying that it's not good. So I'm curious to hear, do black people not like the show? Does it feel like it's too, like, I don't know. Is it like
I don't know.
I don't know why they wouldn't like it. I don't even think of it. I don't know. It does, for me, it's not like a race thing. It's just funny. Like, it is just hysterical. His kids are hysterical. His family's hysterical. His wife is hysterical.
The first episode when that white couple was talking about like hip hop or something, like Cardi B, and then they just went off and like, I'm gonna fly my private jets at courtside of the Warriors, and that was that Nice Guy, right?
Yeah, that was that Nice Guy. And then if you're into fashion and you pay attention to what Kenya is wearing, he's minimum wearing $2,000 to $5,000 every scene. Every scene. His LV jackets, that Montez, like
Gucci jumpsuits.
That Gucci jumpsuit was fire.
He's got the moon boost Nikes.
He's basically dressing how rich black people dress in the 90s, right?
No, he's dressing how
it's like a modern day
18-year-old kid who has endless money.
Suits. He was wearing some velour.
Yeah, but he's just wearing like
these are what these like young rappers and idiots that just got all this money out of nowhere are wearing.
Yeah,
like
but he just for him it's just every single outfit's like that. And then
really
his like weird midlife crisis about his gold chain, which I actually want to get a thick gold chain, so I was laughing so hard because I would love to wear something like that. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. I'll tell you the one thing that threw me off about that show, and I'll end it, is so I go just start reading about him, and then I read that in August of last year, him and his wife got a divorce.
Oh, no way.
And that kind of ruined it for my wife.
Really?
Yeah, because she was like, what? Because in the show, they look like just a big happy family. So it's just, I wonder if this show filming got them divorced. And she was like, maybe I don't like you. You're insane.
Wow.
That's crazy.
But, she's a doctor in real life, and they'd been married for 25, 30 years, something crazy.
And he's on top.
He's on top, and now they just got a divorce. Like, you were through it all these years, and now get divorced?
Yeah, who knows what happened?
Kind of weird.
You guys have any content? No?
I'm going to come out with that content list tomorrow. But just the roundup.
What's the roundup,
YouTube.
Pete?
Roundup's on YouTube, and we're going to have it on IG TV as well. We already have episode 1 out and number 2 now. It's just behind the scenes, a little shit talking, a little bit of everything. So it'll be Taylor and I just breaking that stuff down and then having on people like D on it. Anybody else cool we can get on. So go find it on the group chat channel.
Okay.
Or on our IGTV.
Sounds good.
It's been fun. We kind of talked about you yesterday, but you'll have to watch or listen to find out.
Okay. I'll watch and see what you guys nonsense you said. We'll see you guys Monday.